Welcome to Boxing Profiles. I'm your host, Tony Prince. Well, folks, last night we had the big fight between Rolly Romero and Gervonta Tank Davis. Well, like I said it would be in the sixth round, and it was in the sixth round by knockout. Last night it was on the edge of your seat, keep you on the edge of your seat. But a lot of different podcasters are basically all saying the same thing about Rolly Romero's fighting skills, that he didn't have much of a fighting skills, and I don't really know where he's going to go from there. If he's going to be at that elite level anymore, I don't personally see it, but I could be wrong. We all could be wrong. I mean, he's defied the odds already. He was a former amateur, not excuse me, he was former no amateur record. Now he's a professional fighter. So, but he's a world champion. So, I got to give him his props on that. But last night I said in one of my other videos that there would be elbows that was used, and there was elbows used last night. I said he would go ahead and try to rough Tank up and try to throw him to the ground because it's the nature of judo and jujitsu. That's what they do. That's what martial artists do. They do a lot of arm bars and lock your arms up. I expected this behavior from him. I expected him to not listen to the referee, and that sort of behavior was there all night long, all the way up until the knockout. Tank did what he had to do. He was very patient. He threw straight shots, which they do damage. Most people would look at a straight punch and they'll say, "Oh, that punch don't look like it's that hard." But when you get hit with one, it's a totally different story when you're inside that ring. When you're on the outside of the ring, you could sit there and you can pass judgment. You could say all the things you want, but unless you are a former fighter or a current fighter, you will not understand. Or unless you're in the gym and you consistently working out and sparring, because even in sparring with headgear on, you get hit with a good shot and you can wind up in the hospital. There's a lot of things that can happen by getting punched in the face and broken bones. And, as we see broken bones, broken orbital bones, ribs, all these different things that start to happen to you. Well, I really don't know where Rolly's going to go from here. I mean, maybe he's going to get other big fights, but I don't see him beating anybody at that level with the way he fights currently right now. I mean, the guy he got in there and he did what he had to do, and he lost. And then at the end of the fight, at his interview, he was saying he felt that he was robbed, felt that he was winning the whole fight. He won the 6 rounds. Most people that are Rolly fans will say Rolly was winning, but Rolly did not win a round. From what I see, one judge gave him a round, but he did not win a round, not one round. He didn't have the skills. His jab was very weak. The way he was throwing his jab. I mean, I was just shocked. I'm surprised that his coach, I believe his name was Bullet, even was speaking about his jab and felt that the knockout. He was upset about the knockout. I mean, Rolly got caught. Rolly walked in with his hands down. Okay, Earl Spence says it all the time. Hands down, man down. That's exactly what happened. That's not how you box. You keep your hands up. You protect yourself at all times. Relying on one punch, one power punch to knock a guy out is very rare in boxing. Mike Tyson and Gervonta Tank Davis are right now the only two guys that are doing that today. I'm not talking in the past. There's other fighters in the past that's done that, but I'm talking in this era of boxing now. Mike Tyson's career is over, but Mike Tyson was a fighter that hit you one time, okay, and the fight's over. The same thing with Gervonta Davis. So, I just hope that, people just start to understand a little bit more about boxing. And it's not something that you stand in front of the guy and get your brains beat out. I see a lot of people say, "Oh man, the dude is running. He's running. He's running." No, this boxing is scientific. The art of the sport is to hit without being hit. Okay, so that's what the sport is. It's not standing there and getting your brains beat out. It's not a street fight like everybody thinks it is. You have to be calculating. You have to have skills in the ring. Boxing is a thinking man's game. How can I beat him? How can I wear him down? That's what this is about. Where do I hit him in the body to wear him down? So I mean, last night, I mean, yeah, it was an exciting fight, because it was an actual fight. It wasn't a real technical boxing match. That's what made it so exciting, because these two guys, they hate each other, and you can see Rolly don't want to let it go. He wants to get a rematch, and bottom line to it is he don't deserve a rematch. That's the way that goes. And just last night, one of the I had a guy write in, and right when his message got posted, that's when I was getting off the air. So I just want to acknowledge to him. Yes, you called him a rope hugger, which was Rolly, and yes, absolutely, I got it. And just to let you know that it was all good, and the next time I'm on, I'll be paying a lot more attention to the chats and things like that. I'm going across 4 different platforms, so what I have to do is I have to switch back and forth and see what people that are tuning in, what they're the questions that they're answering, and things like that. So we'll just like I said, I'll be more attentive to it. Also too, last night I had some folks over at the same time while I was doing the podcast, and it was fun. It was fun. I had a lot of fun. So again, there's some more fights that are coming up. We got the Devin Haney fighting the Gambosa. This is for the undisputed. We're going to see who is the best, the number one guy. Now we're hearing that Tank said he wants to fight Haney. Maybe Shakur Stevenson somewhere down the line. These guys is going to get it on. Again, I'm saying it again. Boxing is getting exciting again, folks. We need to go ahead and make sure that we're watching these fights and support our fighters as much and as best we can. It's really, really good that these fights are happening. It's just great for boxing and great for other people. Okay, again, just want to let you know what Boxing Profiles is all about. Boxing Profiles is all about the amateur athlete as well as the professional athlete, and it doesn't matter what sport you're in. What we're trying to do is we're trying to help the athletes become known. Want to help them market them. So if you're an amateur athlete and you would like to be profiled on Boxing Profiles, just go ahead and write something in the comment section. I'll get back to you. However many comments that I get in there and however many people is, it could take a while for me to get back to you. When I mean a while, could take a couple of days or something so I can get back to you. But I'll try and write as many give as much information as I can to those athletes. You don't have to be a boxer. You could be a baseball player. You could be a football player. We want to expose athletes so that they can become known worldwide. So it makes it easier for them to have more success in their endeavors that they're doing. So we just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sign off right now and just let you guys know that last night was a great fight. I'm looking forward to some more great boxing. And okay, I'm looking, and looking for these amateur athletes. All right, guys. Just want to let you know, if you guys like this sort of content, like and subscribe to the channel. And if you can, hit that like button for me, please. All right. All right, guys. That's all I got. I'll be back at you with another one.